Yeah, it's the sun's out. It's not warm yet. We're going through our, you know, two personalities of Indiana weather, but it is what it is. I'm counting on warm weather to be here soon, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Baseball's on TV, so it won't be too much longer.
That is true, and word has it today that Albert Pujols has signed with the Cardinals, so he's going to be
Wow.
back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to
Well,
be going to be awesome.
as long as he doesn't have a heart attack when he's up at the plate because he's so old, but that's
Well,
okay.
he is, yeah, he is 42 years old,
Yeah,
but hopefully we'll see him launch some this year. So
that would
that's
be
cool.
cool. That'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
So I know that we were talking early last week, and you've got a topic that you would like to address today, and so let's just dig right in.
Yeah, like you, I get a chance to work with a lot of different groups, and sometimes you just discover some things that you kind of already knew, but probably would serve as a good reminder for people. When you're preparing a piece, I'm kind of calling this segment, I guess, preparing the piece before you prepare the piece. I think that sometimes we forget to do certain things that could set our kids up for even more success. One of those would be just the key signature. For example, I was working with a group the other day that was playing the Bach Goldman Fantasia G, and it was interesting because it is in G major, which is not a great key for band, but we spent a lot of time on the G major scale. And a lot of those kids weren't used to playing B natural. They weren't used to playing F sharps. And so as they were playing through the piece, there were a lot of mistakes. And once we got that established, things got way, way better. And we didn't just learn the G major scale, but we also tuned it, just like we would any other scale. So that immediately made the piece sound so much better. And we got to the end, and the kids were pretty excited about how it was sounding. Another thing to think about too is when you're asking your kids to prepare a piece, ask them to practice if it's in a certain key. And I'll just keep my G major idea going here for a second. If it's in a certain key, remind them to practice the scale, but not just G to G. Remind them to practice it from the lowest note they have in the piece, in that key, to the highest note they have in the piece. And go even one or two notes higher if they can, or one or two notes lower. So they're extending their range so the high notes don't seem like they're so high anymore, and have them check the tuning. So, in other words, if I'm playing a piece, and I'll do a different example, if I'm playing a piece in E flat major, all right, and my flute players find that they have to play from low C, right there below the staff, all the way up to maybe high B flat above the staff, like double I B flat, all right, so that's the scale that they have to work. They play C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C on up, playing E flat major from the lowest note they have to the highest note they have, and maybe going on. And if they have a tuner in front of them while they're doing that, that really sets them up to listen better for that piece, play a little bit better in tune, and have a better grasp on the key in general. So I think sometimes, we all want our kids to sight read, but we also have to give them a basis for sight reading. And obviously, the basis for sight reading is rhythmic work, and it's also scale work. So I just think it's really important. So think about that, folks. Look at the key. Make sure your kids are comfortable in the key, especially if it's a key that bands don't normally play in. Ask your kids to figure out their own scale for that piece from the lowest note to the highest note. That's how they practice the scale. And I would even, some people love testing, some people don't, but I'd almost hold my kids accountable, I think, and listen to all of them. Play those full scales because it's going to save you so much time in rehearsal. I hope that made sense, Randy.
Absolutely, we have to connect the dots for them. We start a rehearsal, maybe do a warm up in a particular key, and then first thing I usually do is ask the group, why did we just play in this key? What's the first piece we're playing? We're working on a piece in community band that has a chord. The climax of the piece is bitonal, and so it's a B flat major chord and a D flat major chord on top of that.
Oh,
And
I love it.
just trying to get those stackings to work. And so we played both of those tonal centers with the harmony director, and just helping them. I almost call that a factory reset. They have
Yeah.
to understand, in rehearsal yesterday, I had some flute players. They're playing the low A flat, which they don't play very often.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're just assuming that it's going to be in tune. I'm like, no, 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 you're really flat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I played the note on the harmony director, and they're like, oh, wow, yeah, we do have to make quite an adjustment. So, you know, and those were adults.
Yeah.
So getting students to understand that, just because you tune the F concert or tune the B flat concert doesn't mean the whole horn's in tune. You got to consistently make those adjustments all the time. And that's what getting better is all about. So great comments about that. And hope everybody continues to work on that process as they work on their festival pieces and prepare for the end of the year and spring events. So thanks so much for being here with us on another Coffee Talk, and we hope you have a great week.
Good luck at festival, everyone. Play well.